Okay, I really got to start learning to take notes as I'm trying to teach these little mini courses, but I'm going to do a little mini course on this here butter that I was able to make, and it's still kind of brewing a little bit. This is one of the last of the thank you, you're so generous that I made on the last moon, which was a Taurus moon, which was really, really wonderful around abundance and luxury and calling in the highest version of people, connections, and things that would level you up. And it is doing all of its magic. I will have to post the praise reports that are consistently coming in. And so I've created another one so that we can re-up. It'll have a lot of the similar properties of thank you, you're so generous, but of course with added addition, Gemini new moon. And so with that, I want to share what special herb I feel like is really, really magical in this new edition, and it is licorice root. This is the licorice root. Licorice root, I think we all are familiar with licorice and the sweetness of licorice. And the reason that Spirit called in this particular herb is because it literally lists that the energies in the licorice root inspire thoughts and influence others with words, eloquence, and humor in speech. That is Gemini, my friend. Above and above, all of my friends, all of my Gemini friends are amazing storytellers, are amazing singers, are amazing communicators. They're known for a lot of Mercury energy, which is really about translating the voice of spirit, right? So my grandmother, I mean, not my grandmother, look how the ancestors work. But my granddaughter has 5 signs in Gemini. She is going to be the ultimate communicator. And from what I believe from being her grandmother, she will also be an amazing change maker. And a lot of folks who are Geminis are folks like Kanye West or Tupac. I love to use them as example more than our boy Trump because that is right now probably not the best example, but if we want to take the positive with the negative of this kind of Gemini energy, what I say is that Geminis really can't lose, right? Like Geminis have a way that no matter how you speak their name, they use it as fuel to get what they want, right? So even in death, Tupac is still someone that essentially is a saint in our community now because he spoke so highly of revolutionizing the way that Black folks think and what they feel like that they should deserve, and really recognizing that there is a system that oppressed Black folks and they weren't always in these dire financial or spiritual or mental constraints, right? Like him being taught by the revolutionary his revolutionary mother, who is a Black Panther, taught him knowledge of self from a very, very young age. And so he used that gift in order to sing our blues, right? Our new version of blues. And then he takes those words and he creates Dear Mama, right? And he inspires a whole new generation to really pay attention how they're using their feminine magic. That's how I see it, right? So it's a different look at Tupac, but it's really, really that Gemini energy that takes anything as long as it's directed with certain intention and they can just bloom it into something that is so magical just through their words. Kendrick Lamar is a Gemini. I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. Look up any of his music and just read the lyrics. He's one of the only rappers that talks about being born or being reborn as an ancestor in order to do his work here, to enlighten people with his music and not being caught up in the capitalist false rat race of the music industry, but really bringing something to the people that is truthful and honest and different and loving yourself for who and what you are. So this new butter and this new oil is thank you, you're so generous, with a Gemini spin, with a little extra luck and licorice root to sweeten your tongue, to sweeten your communication. Also used this guarana seed. That is for wishes and good for luck, and it's also a fire element. I love anything that is fiery right now. I'm loving the whole turn up around our energy and really electrifying the divine feminine in all that we do. So I wanted to share that, and I also wanted to share that when my shea butter came for this, it is called the yellow brick road, another magical symbol for me, because whenever I'd be in meditation and I'd be really having a difficult time, my spirits of love and wealth always come in gold. There is this spirit called Mami Chamba in the Voodoo tradition, and this is your ancestors of what I call wealth and reparations, excuse me. She is a wealth and reparations spirit. And so whenever you're calling her in, she is normally bringing in the money that you once lost or your ancestors once lost because they were in some type of servitude. It is not just for Africans, it's for African Americans too, or any person who's had slavery in their ancestry, which is a global situation. That is not something that is just special to Black folks. Slavery, if you understand the history of slavery, has always been a global phenomenon where people are using other people to create goods or wealth in a space of servitude. And so anyone who has that, where they have been worked in a way that they have not been able to thrive from the work that they do, then they normally have an initiation to Mami Chamba, so that those spirits who are suffering in their lineage can come forth and be able to bring back the wealth that they deserve in this life, and also to change the mindset of the descendant, meaning myself or yourself. If you ever got initiated to Mami Chamba, you don't have to be a voodoocy. You don't have to be a person who believes in voodoo in order to get this particular spirit. It is, I guess you kind of do, because if you're doing it, you probably believe in these ancestral spirits. But what I'm saying is, you don't have to be a person who is a priest or a priestess of a tradition in order to get this type of initiation, because this is about your ancestors and the wealth that they want to reclaim with and through your work and your actions. And so that particular spirit is called Chamba, and they always show me a yellow brick road. They always show me, just keep walking your golden road and everything is going to be fine. And so to get the yellow brick road shea butter for this magical butter that is bringing folks new levels of wealth and new reclamation of their new lives and their new selves, and being able to bring back even their own inner light and their own inner love, that I believe is golden, just like the solar plexus chakra is gold, Oshun is gold, beauty is gold. Gold is always shown as this space of true abundance and wealth on earth. You can, marigolds, all of these things. So marigolds is in reference to the Hindu gods of Lakshmi, and again, the goddesses of wealth. They always have these beautiful gold adornments. And so that's where the gold essence really comes from. It's from an inner space that is also reflected in an outer space. I hope that makes sense, because again, I'm not taking notes and I need to be taking notes. So any of you awesome conjurers or spellcasters or prayers or prophetesses who understand and know magic and know the inner power of prayer, get yourself some licorice root, order yourself some magic butter, and slather it all over your body. Slather it all over your being. I recently did a retreat where I taught them how to use tea magic and how to just brew yourself a cup of tea and use your intention in prayer, then to consume that tea and then embody the energies of whatever it is that you are attempting to heal, or whatever it is that you are attempting to bring forth, or whatever it is that you're trying to cut ties with, right? You can use your own special herbs and teas to be able to do that. Magic is practical. spirituality is practical. It is not something that is out there, that is woo-woo, that is gonna have you on some actual spaceship to anywhere. Right? It is the same as in biblical times and before biblical times. Our ancestors have been doing this type of work with the earth forever. I feel like I'm on a speech to convince some people. I don't want that to be the case, but I also just don't want you to be in any space of fear of your own magic. That's my whole entire point in this new timeline, is to align folks with their higher selves, for them to really understand the lessons of their ancestors, to really gain the riches and actual wealth of their ancestors, and just dispel any spaces of scarcity that we have within ourselves that we've been taught or conditioned around. Like, at this point, that shit is dead. And so we have to be able to move into the practices and the technologies that pre-colonial life held for many, 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 many of us. And in this time of change, we're also walking into a space of powerful, powerful feminine energy. This witchy woo-woo stuff is feminine energy. It's not the logical brain, create a strategy and then it's going to absolutely work because I push to do it. It actually comes from intuitive knowing and then working with the masculine. So the intuitive is the feminine, the masculine is the work that actually has to be done. So you see me over and over again saying probably the same thing, which is I download the recipes for what it is that I need to do, and then the action in actually breaking down the yellow brick road and doing the work to transfer it into this like really freaking amazing magical butter. That's that masculine side. And then making sure that I create this video so that y'all understand exactly how a spirit-led business is actually built, right? And that's the feminine way of really building yourself. I listen first. I receive first. I accept and I align first. And then from there, I take that and I create my links to buy or purchase, or I call forth the clients that need to work with me on a one-on-one basis so that they can uncover their wizardry. I do all of my feminine magic first, and then it prompts me to do the masculine magic of showing up for the said client, making sure that all of my links work, making sure that I'm building a business that has a wonderful reputation by getting reviews, and making sure that my Google reviews are abundant so that it's easier for folks to find me even more and build from there bit by bit. And I wanted to come on here too and begin to tell my story around how I even was able to create a six-figure business in my 30s. It was all through spirit, right? It was all through me getting divinations, understanding what my next steps were, saying certain prayers so that people would align in my business to get me a great SEO manager, to get me a great salon manager, to get me great locations for my salon, to really bring in clients and folks who were beautiful within, just doing their hair without it was like hanging out with my friends every single day. My life was blissful for over a decade, every single day, because I was aligned with spirit, because I was doing spiritual work before I was actually doing hair business work. And my hunger for understanding and knowing business, all of the education, because I was so hungry and I was so intent on it, my ancestors had my back 100% and would provide for me free information, connections with people that I would have met, being in the right place at the right time, saying the right thing to the right person at the right time, and really being able to be consistent and following through. Again, the actionable steps behind the prayers, so that I showed up on time, met with the people on time, made sure that I did everything that I needed to do so that things could blossom and bloom. So it was always a both and of divine spiritual attunement as well as actionable steps that led me there. There was no such thing as me sitting here and meditating on it and then it was going to happen. I have plenty of visions, but it's up to me to act out what I need to do to make those visions come true. So that's where the meditation piece comes in, the understanding my own energy, what I'm vibrating out, and that's what's important for you as well. The licorice root is going to have you speaking your actual truth, and your actual truth is what is going to then boomerang back. That's metaphysics. That's law of attraction, right? Sweetening your breath, right, with that licorice, sweetening your body with that pool of truth and honey, then creates a reality for you that reflects back the wealth that you really truly are, or feel and know that you are worthy of, right? It's all connected. You know, I've had so many people ask me, and one particular colleague and friend who's asking me like, well, if you understand metaphysics, why do you do magic? I said, it's a both and. The one does not negate the other, right? One does not negate the other. It's a both and. I do and say my prayers. My prayers radiate energy. I do and say my prayers. I use the special herbs to radiate even more and amplify that energy through candle magic, through tea, through eating, through speaking, through all the elements, you know what I mean, of the earth. And in that radiates to the universe who and what it is that we are going to experience in this journey and in this timeline. That's how quantum physics works. That's how spirituality has caught up with science, because now we understand that the intention is the work, and that work then creates the reality that we see reflected back to us. We are the mirror, right? So just wanted to do a little small mini course on this here new moon that has me speaking a little bit more freely. There is a one link. I am absolutely still open for one-on-ones, although I think I only have 2 slots left that could go on regular rotation. I'm still teaching the spiritually gifted and curious and mystics how to uncover their magic, and now that is on a sliding scale between 25 and up. Because I said 25 to 75, but folks are paying me even more because of the value that they're getting in these one-on-ones that are then taking them into meetings and boardrooms and relationships and jobs that are really, really fulfilling their highest self and their highest needs. So normally we meet once a week or once every 2 weeks. I have about one client who meets once a month. But most folks meet with me at least twice a month, and we really, really get into all of their spiritual gifts. It is very bespoke. It is specifically for you. I get the downloads about what we're going to do or what we're going to expand the day of or the day before that align with your personal expansion. So those have been just amazing and awesome. All of my therapeutic clients are already full, so I don't have space for those anymore, but I do have space for one-on-one clients that, again, is the same sliding scale. You can live anywhere in the country. We meet online. If you're here in Atlanta, then of course we can meet in person. They're about an hour long each session, and I absolutely love them. I've absolutely loved that time together. And if you need to get your hair done, I am also here every single weekend in Atlanta, in Fayetteville, in the Fayetteville area. I love that little area so far. I love my salon space there. So you can always come and see me and get your natural hair done. That will eventually be morphing and expanding into a head spa, which is where you lay down and we're able to do a whole shampoo, head cleansing, relaxation, rest ritual experience. It is going to be juicy. That should be coming up in the next few months because the good investments money is coming in for me to expand that business as well. So really in a really good place, and I pray that this new moon has brought you many blessings and ultimately clarity for your own inner voice, so that as you use your voice to bring in whatever is your highest and the best for you. All right. So if you need me, I'm here. Click the link below. Still follow me on Instagram. I try to add a few things here and there for that as well. And if you are using the products and you would like to give a praise report, please send me a text message and tell me how your oils, your butters, or our prayers together, our work together has worked out for you. I'm going to be sending out for sure some Google question reviews, because there's so many people who have in the last 6 months have just done some amazing work, and I want everybody to know about it. I want everybody to know about it. So I'll be sending those out. But if you have one that you know that you've used my butter, my oil, we've sat together and I've mentored you, or we've had space and time where I've lit a candle and things have moved and changed, send me a message. Let me know what your praise report is, and I will add it to all of my communications. All right. I'll see y'all next week.